Cause like last names usually come around from either your father's first name, or what you guys did, right. So if my ancestors was a coon, you talking about Darius the coon, right? Jesus. And then the coon just went down all the way through the years. I'm like, hey, y'all ain't nobody wanted to change
ever. No, nobody ever.
What, the coons? No, we come from a proud people. Well, proud people. Deion's hilarious.
Listen, we're gonna try that again, cause that was great. I could have used that to segue. Oh, okay. Anyway, so welcome to Random Ass Convos with Twilla ... and Chaz.
Hey!
Because Deion is not here.
Yeah.
He's somewhere else in the ether. Thanks for coming on.
Man, come on.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. Happy to be here.
Man, how's your week going?
Great. Yeah.
Mine
Busy.
too.
Busy, good.
You know what? Mine was a great week. And technically, I'm not supposed to say how great it was.
Okay.
But I met somebody really influential.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know?
I do know. I have.
Yeah, so that was great.
Yeah.
It was a hard week.
You had pictures?
There's pictures of me with. Yes.
Did you be able to maintain your composure?
Yeah.
You didn't go like, ah! And
I mean, like, at the first interaction, I was like, do I curtsy? But then, I quickly gathered, and then the next time I was like, let me be natural. This is cool. This is a person too. She laughed at a couple of my jokes, so I'm just gonna say,
I love you. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, can I say it out loud?
I'd act an ass. I already know.
Yeah.
I'd be a damn fool.
Yeah. I'm always like, I had this one opportunity when I got to interview Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think I'd be nervous, but I was interviewing this man.
Mr. Magic.
My voice did this little, and my friend called me out. He was like, why is your voice shaking? Shut up.
I don't need that right now.
But this time I was cool. I played it cool.
That's nice.
I try not to.
Do you think you played it cool? Or did you really play it cool? Because then you might have thought you were doing a good job, and then
I look back at the footage. She'd be like, "You're so awkward." that probably.
She's calling security over just in case.
Just this one, keep an eye on. Yeah, no, I'm an extremely awkward person, so like my play it cool is awkward, so we're good.
That's great.
Yeah. So there's stuff we want to talk
Let's
about.
do it.
My random ass convos.
Okay.
Have you watched Bel-Air at all? Have you?
I haven't seen it yet.
All right. So, but you know the concept.
I
This
do.
is a
I love the concept.
dramatized version of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
And all these main characters are the characters that we love, but now they're a little bit more complex.
Right.
So you have like Uncle Phil, who's like this upstanding citizen. In this version, he's running for office.
Nice.
But he's a politician, so he had to toe the line to get some stuff to get Will out of trouble.
Okay.
So that's one situation.
Okay.
And then we have like young Ashley, who's always been cute and lovable, and then the show had the guys chasing after her, but here she's like questioning, she's open with her sexuality. That's a conversation that we're having.
Okay.
So there's these different layers of characters, and there's actually, we could say, criticism of the show where people are like, well, why are we having this show like this beautiful, iconic family and be a flawed family?
Okay.
And I took a different take of that because I just watched episode. Carlton deals with anxiety, which sounds like something Carlton probably really dealt with.
Definitely.
The actual real Carlton.
He took prescription drugs once and OD'd because he was
on it. Yeah,
he had
I think
anxiety.
he thought it was vitamins in that one. Something like that.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was
maybe
like
it was
speed
that.
or something like that. But in this one,
That's
he's
right, that's
taking
right.
prescription drugs, and prescription drugs can be addicting.
Right.
So you see him dealing with those things. But there's a real discussion on why are we willing to show this black family now be flawed? And I kind of take issue with why do we always have to be perfect in society's eyes?
Right.
You as a writer, you might have a take on this. Do you think there's a way that black people should be presented? Period.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I hate when it's like we are flawed. like everybody's flawed.
Yeah.
Like to present the Cosby Show by now.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like, and this is supposed to be a more realistic thing. Everybody has some issues in their family, right? Mm-hmm. And that you got some secrets and stuff like that. People see me now, like, you're a great father and husband. Been in jail, done dumb shit, you know?
Right.
Looks like you'd be a fool to ignore that stuff. Especially, it's a better thing now because you want to have those conversations about anxiety in the black community. And a lot of these basketball players you see talk about having anxiety now. And, you know, you want to have these conversations about sexuality because there's a lot of black suicide and there's a lot of black people who don't feel like they're accepted by their family. Yeah. So this is the right time for, and it's not a flaw. Somebody having anxiety isn't a flaw.
It's life. Somebody
having figuring out the sexuality isn't a flaw. Those aren't flaw things. Those are life things.
Yeah.
It's just ignorance. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess so, pretty much. Or like, I don't know, like this fear that if we're not projected like on us is a certain way, then we're not going to be accepted by society. But like, we finally live in a time where there's so many perceptions of black people on the screen,
right,
that I'm not saying like we could just be all reckless in that, but like we can afford some diversity.
No, we're supposed to. It's just we got to get out of that whole black people don't go to therapy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
We gotta. It's
I love my therapist. I texted this week. I said, "Please, can you put me back in the schedule? I thought I was good."
What do you feel? What do you feel when you feel like you're not good?
So I start having actual anxiety attacks. Like I'll like wake up late at night, like with short breath, or sweating, or like this impending sense of like doom. I'm about to die. Something horrible is about to happen. Luckily, I've been in therapy long enough that I know what my triggers are. Okay. And so like it could be, and stuff when it happens all tends to happen at once anyway, right? So like for me, production.
It's a pile-on.
Yeah, it's a pile-on.
Okay.
Like, and working in production and like that first shoot week, sometimes that's a trigger, but then like being a business owner and like I'm about to move and all this type of stuff. This stuff, it just piled on, and I know exactly where it's coming from. Now I know what to do, but then when I see it impacting my mood, like at work, and I'm not able to hide my face, like what I'm thinking. I was like, it's time. I need to talk this out. I need to talk to somebody about what I'm feeling and how we can do that.
And that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know if I'm in a place where like medicine is needed, but I've definitely seen what like meds have done for other people. And I'd be like, you know, what?
Give me some of that past
Give me
that. What's Carlton taking? Give me some of that.
I need that Xanny. That might help. Yeah. So I'm all about that. I think it's really important.
I've always wanted to do therapy, but I'm scared to do it.
Why is that?
Because I feel good. And
you think you feel good?
I think I feel good.
Yeah.
Like I'm usually pretty happy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dig up some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have a thing. I go like, well, here. So then I'm like, yo, don't go stirring
stuff up.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then like you don't want to be in the position where you thought it was all good and all of a sudden you snap.
That's true. Because I figured it, like I respect therapy a lot, and I always encourage people, even though I've never done it. I go like, it seems like a great thing. I talk to people and they always say how much better they feel after therapy. So I'm one of those people like, you gotta get ahead of it before there's a problem.
Right.
I always think about that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like one day I'm gonna go. I just don't know where to start. I'll be like, hey.
And it is like sometimes it's hard to find like a match or somebody to talk to. Like you want to have, like for me, luckily my therapist and I hit it off right away. But I know some people who spent years finding like that right therapist. But it's just like you go yearly for a physical. You should go yearly,
for the mental,
just to check in.
Is your therapist black?
She's not. She's Middle Eastern.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So when I was doing my research, I was like, I'm getting a black therapist. This is gonna happen. Yeah. But then like you look in what your insurance affords, like what they cover, and I was looking. I was like, well,
black is off the list.
And all the black therapists were like, like on some other deeper stuff that I didn't need. And I just need to talk this out and figure it out with someone, and I'm not trying to pay necessarily right now out of pocket. But she deals with a lot of people in our industry, and she understands like that world, and she's really easy to talk to. Yeah. So at the time when I went to her, I was actually good, or I thought I was good, but I had had some sense that I had anxiety, but she was like, oh, you really have this. You really deal with this, and a bit of depression, and then there's trauma that you didn't talk about. And I was, one day I found, it's been a couple of times I was like, am I crying? Why am I crying? Today was a great day. Then they find it and they challenge you to do the work. Okay. So I'd say it doesn't hurt to do a couple of sessions. Right. I got to a point where my therapist was like, well, we decided to see each other once every 3 weeks. And then it was like, she was like, well, the clinic actually wants you to be like every other week we both were like, I don't need it that often. Okay. Yeah. You just need a brush up here and there, a touch up. A touch up every now and again. And then apparently when I'm working on the show, I need it more often.
It makes sense. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of personalities.
Yes. Yeah. People think this business is all glamorous. This shit is not for the weak. When you see people go nuts, I get it.
And what I discovered is there's a lot of energies too that trigger. I learned that everybody's dealing with anxiety or something in their own way. Yeah. And I have line producers and other producers who because they're triggered will start texting. Right. And you feel all their energy and all and it's coming to me, and that then triggers me. Right. And I had to be like, wait a minute, this is not personal, this is not reflective upon your work. Right. This is them being really nervous and anxious about what's about to happen. Right. So they're nervously coming to you, not realizing now that's sparking something in you. And they might not care, but I have to know for myself.
You know what I used to do that I didn't know I was doing? Is that I would make a light of somebody else's panic, I guess. Mm-hmm. So somebody would come in and be like, hey, this, and I'd be like, okay, is that it? All right. Right?
Killing them.
Yeah, and I didn't know that I was being a dick. I thought I was just like, hey, that's not a big deal. We'll take care of that. You know, right? In my mind, I'm thinking that's small stuff.
Oh, that's a good point. But then I kind of do that too.
Yeah, but then you're making somebody's big. You just send them more into am I tripping over another? I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm trying to take a better approach of being like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Because there's something deeper in the panic.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
I'm trying to be more aware of those things. So I'll be like, hey, man, that's the worst that we got. That's what you're wrong about?
I definitely pulled if you're so concerned about it, I'll look at it right now to confirm that I did it. It's not for me, Twilla. It's not. I know. I'll just look at it. Yeah, I definitely do that.
Okay. I got it.
If it makes you feel better, let me look at it now.
And some people just need that.
Yeah.
Some people go, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to.
It kind of feels like people are micromanaging though, when they.
People do micromanage.
I don't do well. I don't do well in that.
People do micromanage. I get a lot of freedom in what I do now, and then. Hey, if you don't know people though that you work with, you if you're in charge and you're responsible, I just got to know that you know. Yeah. I know. I'm sure you know what you're doing. I need to know.
I need to know that
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can't take any chances.
Yeah. But I think it's a difference in checking in, or there's a way to do it. Let's at least have meetings at the beginning and at the end of the day. Right. To set forth the expectations. Yeah. I have issues where it was hard for me I was delegating a lot at one point, and then I realized that stuff wasn't getting done, so I took it back and would do the work. Yeah. And now I see what that kind of feels like with having somebody who, I'm literally, this is my job description. Right. And you're doing all of my work for me. So why do you have me here? Right. I appreciate the paycheck, but what are you? And I realized that person just takes. They never gave me the opportunity to show I can do it, but just because they're used to doing it all on their own.
Yeah, I had to learn how to delegate, and it's the best thing. I hate working. Yeah. So I was like, wait, y'all would do all this shit for me? Ah, shit. Hey, I'll be looking. I send people to get coffee. Can you get in the kitchen and make some coffee?
Yeah, man.
I don't do anything anymore. It's great.
Yeah. My PAs will be like, can we get you lunch? Yep. You want anything?
We can.
And I'm like, I can go and get it. And they're like, no, I'll go get it. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
I'm the king.
Will I ever get too comfortable in that? Probably
yes,
not.
Yes, you should.
You think so?
Oh, then you feel like a queen. You'll be I'm thirsty. Somebody comes and brings you a cup. Are you parched, madam? No, more. Then you get to run your shit. I
caught myself being like, okay, Twilla, get up and get that. It was something where's this piece of paper? And it probably was 2 steps behind me, but my PA was, I'll get it. And he ran up to
They're
get it.
They're trying to move it. Great.
Yeah.
Use all that ambition.
Use it all.
I bring them out of ambition. This one done, throw them out to the side. They'll gather back. You got to wear them out in a day. You got 8 hours to sleep that shit off and come back and do it again.
Only 8 hours. That turnaround is crazy. But, and I guess because it feels like not long ago I was in that same position. So, but then I definitely see how like people higher up would be like, they don't do anything for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, your job is to make sure everybody's doing their job.
Yeah.
Like, that's the job.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's busy, too. You got to be everywhere. You got to have eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole nother thing on its own, but I can't be doing this because I can't go check on this. And you got to be able to problem solve. And producing, I used to think producing was putting out fires. But it's being ahead of fires, right? It's making sure that everything's fire retardant.
Right.
And before you even have a problem, and then having a problem solution.
Yeah.
In case there is a problem after you fireproof everything. And it's like, oh, your job is to go fireproof everything first. Then you have to make contingency plans, and it's just a lot of planning ahead. Then once everything's planned ahead, you get to chill.
Or once everything's planned ahead, then that one issue comes up that you didn't the contingency doesn't work for, so you got to like spin it real fast.
That does happen.
You just be like, and it's fixed.
Because I've had cats who you just have whole actors with lines who just call off. You be like, bro, you're supposed to be here in 10 minutes, bro. You're supposed to be in makeup and wardrobe. You're not coming in. Yes, I'm like, okay, let me.
All right, see what we could do.
Let me go fix the schedule because I got to find somebody to come in later. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Those are things that can ruin your day. Our sound guy system reboots. I'll be like, bro. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, we can't work now. System rebooted.
Or just like I've been on situations where they were like, the generator stopped working and the power's not working on stage. Okay, so
is there another one? Is there a gas one?
We got a show to shoot, so figure it out.
Yeah, that's happened. I mean, we've had it one time. It was raining so hard, it was like we can't shoot because the audio's in there. It's like, what are we supposed to do? It was just, it was like,
it was a wash, literally.
Yeah, it's like, all right, but also you take people's time more. You go, hey, I know we're only shooting 15 days. I need you for 3 weeks because you have these makeup days. Yeah. You just have to pay to hold them. Yeah. You have them just in case days. So
I'm SAG actors. You just hold.
I gotta start this thing. I got you till the 28th. You just sit your ass down.
Sit down. Come to work.
Come to work. Yep.
Yeah. Who's asking? There's a lot of questions here.
Is there?
Yeah.
I can't see it. What are they talking about? Come on.
How does one choose the proper therapist without bias? You gotta have some bias. Like, I feel like, well, like for example, like different therapists specialize in different things.
Okay.
You know what you're looking for in that. A lot of sites, like some sites will have pictures of their therapist, so you kind of can use that, you know, like you'd be like, because it's not going to say black therapist. Book by its cover? It's not going to say black therapist.
Okay.
But you can change by the name.
Brother, sister, okay.
Yeah. But then in those cases, it's kind of like, well, let me see if there's any ratings on this particular person. Okay. What is their expertise? Read more on their bio. That's definitely what I did. Okay. And then like that first session is just a get to know you session.
There's not like a Yelp review for therapists?
There's some websites that you can find to find out like about different doctors.
Okay.
Like, get ratings on different doctors, but I don't know if it's like that known or people use it like that.
Okay.
But it kind of helps you narrow down. If you use platforms like BetterHelp or different things like that, I think that can also help with different ratings. And then some people will try to match you like, well, what are like, you know, like, what are you looking for? What do you need? So when I first called in my insurance to find a therapist, they were like, okay, these are the people we recommend for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And none of those recommendations was one of those people who you found?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I was like, nah, not black, not. So like I said, there's some levels of minority, like bias that you use. I knew that if I didn't have a black person, I wanted at least a woman, and a woman of color, just because.
Smoke can relate to you.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah. So I think that helped a lot. Like the different things that we care about and, you know, life pressures.
Yeah.
So I say with some bias, but I don't know if that answered your question.
That was a good answer.
That's the only answer I got. Is the tasker done? Yeah. Let's see. Blackness is not a monolith. Period.
Facts.
Yeah.
Super facts.
So.
Okay.
Your favorite artist?
Yeah, Mr. West.
Mr. West.
Mr. West.
So he's always doing something, and at this point, I thought it was just for like. I was like, we talked about it.
He got an album out.
Album out. Let's act foolish. Yeah. But this week he was on, or this morning he apparently was
Sunday morning.
Okay. Yeah, on Sunday morning because today is Sunday. He was talking about like D.L. Hughley. And he was also talking about like how he didn't want. This is why I don't want my daughter on TikTok, because I guess she was singing some song about liking an emo girl. So first he got upset with that, and then he went on talking about D.L. Hughley, and I quote, "We're gonna stop letting practicing drug addicts be used by the." Stay back there, Dion. Excuse me.
You stay in the kitchen where you belong.
Because D.L. Hughley initially said some stuff about Kanye, and we're going to dig into that. But his comeback was, we're going to stop letting practicing drug addicts be used by leftists to Willie Lynch our future black people.
Goddamn Kanye.
And then he goes on to say, DL, God does not like you. You have no favor, and your family hates you.
That's a lot.
It's a long rant that he goes on.
It's a lot to say to somebody.
But I was just like, bro, how you going to say God don't like you? Because
Kanye is a god, so.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know. Like,
that's a lot to say to somebody.
Says a lot. And I guess it's anybody with Kanye's name in his mouth that Kanye don't approve of. Because we were talking, some post that DL had was basically saying like, Kanye is a narcissist and he's unhealthy and he's not doing well by Kim and all these different things. So he's being called out and he doesn't like it.
It all sounds like facts so far.
Yeah, but that was what I woke up to this morning, and I was just like, at what point, who is telling Kanye to chill out?
Nobody.
Do you tell Kanye to chill out?
Would I?
Yeah.
Depends what I do for him. If I'm his friend, yeah. If I is an employee,
no. You just go with it?
Hey, what else you want me to respond, sir? Actually, let me write it up for you. Is this evil enough? Nah, tell him God don't like
Willie Lynch.
Yeah, man, that's a...
You have no favor.
He said, what?
Your family don't like you.
What else did he say?
Oh, my gosh. One of the things he said that made me crack up, I would hate to be related to someone who used to be famous.
Hey, Kanye.
Oh my God. Oh, I hate to be related to somebody who used to be famous.
Here's the thing. Anybody who has a talk show does a bit of trolling.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if D.L. Hughley is a Wendy Williams type where you make your money off talking about the celebrities gossip, but you talk about what's in the news, right? And you put your opinion on it. And you're allowed to do that, right? That's the job.
Yeah. So
I'm not mad at DL for whatever he says. I'm not mad at Kanye for responding. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to respond to what somebody who doesn't really know you like that says. Kanye's doing a lot.
Yeah.
Kanye's doing a lot with Kim. He's doing way too much with Pete Davidson. He's bullying Pete Davidson, right?
Yeah.
Kanye needs to focus on Kanye.
Right. But he's not.
He's not. And he looks really, really bad every time he calls Pete Davidson Skeet. You're 40-something. Kanye damn near 50? He's 45?
He's 40. No, he's like 43 or 44, right?
I don't know. He's too old.
Yeah.
To be name calling.
Right.
like what are you doing?
And bullying Pete Davidson when he has a new girlfriend who looked just like him.
Yeah.
And so it's like that double standard situation that I don't like. But then Kanye made a point the other day, and I don't know if it's really a point or he was just talking, but he was like, why are like black men, why are we not allowed to share our feelings? Like, I'm having feelings and I'm expressing my feelings online. You don't have to like how I express my feelings.
You're allowed to do whatever you want to do, right? Kanye works for Kanye. So you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. But you put it out there, and you can't get mad at people for having their own opinions back once you put it out there.
Yeah.
Because you can go say all this stuff to a therapist privately, right?
It'd be so good if he did that.
So then when you respond to other people being like, y'all, I can say what I want. Like, yeah. And so can we.
Yeah.
You put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me when people get mad at the responses when they put it out there. You make it public.
Then basically, in Kanye's position, anyone that speaks against him is not of God. He's anti-God. Like you have to be on some really high shit to feel that way about yourself. Like
Kanye's on his own high shit. Kanye's on a Kanye high. He's always been on this high. I tell people, man, Kanye drunk his own Kool-Aid a long time ago, and it's more potent than ever because he keeps winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kim, divorcing from Kim, this is his first loss.
And he's losing it.
And he's not taking it well.
Yeah.
And he's like, with Pete Davidson, I'm worth $1 billion. How much does he make? $1,200 a week on SNL? I don't know what he makes, but it's not what I make.
It's like, not $1 billion.
I've done this. I've done that. Pete Davidson?
I think the worst thing for Kanye was becoming a billionaire. The worst thing for us, because this fool in his rant also said, I mean, at least Oprah is a billionaire, allegedly. Like, now you coming from Oprah's billion?
Come on, man.
It was like a long sentence with no commas.
It was a big ass rant.
Like this
you know
long.
why he's ranting? Because his life is too good. He got nothing else.
Nothing to complain about.
Nothing to complain about. His life is way too good. He's looking for anything.
I once said that. I said, if Kanye's ever quiet, I said this a long time ago. If Kanye's ever quiet, go check on him. Like, something is seriously wrong.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever find peace like that. But he needs these things to keep him. They keep him motivated.
Yeah.
They drive him, like being the underdog. He's making himself an underdog now.
Yeah.
To keep himself motivated for trying to do whatever he's trying to do.
But how long can he go at this level? Like it's.
I don't know. Kanye always has like suicidal tendencies to me.
Yeah.
You know, like if Kanye was the person who committed suicide, no one would be surprised.
Yeah.
You know, that's what really worries me.
His demons out publicly.
But I also go, what? To leave the world with no Kanye, he would never kill himself. He'd be like, I'll be doing the world a disservice to kill me.
Y'all need Kanye.
He's big. His ego's too big.
He's like, I can't die.
Right. So, I mean, who's going to be your God?
You're right.
It's like, oh, man. Your battery level is low. You need to exchange battery, Lack?
Order it over the fast food thing. And I seen him once in concert live, and I was like, yep, this is accurate.
Are we good now?
We back at it? I don't know where we fell off, but yeah, I don't know either.
I think all I know is talking about Kanye's kids being the victims. Those are real victims.
Yeah.
You know what I don't get either? I don't like that Kim. I don't know how long Kanye and Kim have been separate. Because by the time the divorce started, they both seem to be dating somebody else that we heard of.
Right.
So we know this had to be coming for a while.
Right.
Right. I just don't like how publicly, so fast, they both hop in relationships.
Right.
It's like, yo, go take some time to be single.
Maybe they were already.
I feel like Kanye.
I mean, they might have been single already.
They might have been single.
That's why
I feel like Kanye jumped out. Like as soon as it was like they're separated, Kanye was dating whoever he was dating before Julia. Mm-hmm. And then like this super public affair with Julia. Mm-hmm. And while he was with Julia is when I felt like we started hearing about Pete.
I heard about Pete first, then Julia.
Yeah, but Kanye was with somebody before that. Like it was just like.
Yeah, so I mean, like, and the thing is, like, we know it was already on thin ice for a long time.
Yeah.
And now it's just too much, man. I'm like, I don't. Like already, I'm not a huge like Kim fan. Not like I'm not a fan of. I just don't know what she does. That's interesting to people. People find her fascinating to watch.
This week she got drugged.
She got drugged?
Drugged through the internet.
Oh, drugged? Why?
Internet
what happened?
So she was in an interview and someone asked her, like, what advice do you have for women in business? Mm-hmm. And her response was like, get off your lazy asses and work.
That's not
Nobody wants to work. I think that was this week.
Okay.
Week. Okay. And people are like, well, that's easy to say when you come from lots of money. And that's also easy to say, but like the people that work for you, like people who work for her was like, I remember when I used to edit for her game and I had to like
for her game.
She had like an app or a game or something.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, I had to work 2 jobs because I couldn't afford it. So it's just like, yes, I'm getting off my ass and working, but we're not all lucky to be in the position that it always works out. Like, and she was like, you have the same 24 hours. And they're like, yes, but our 24 hours looks different.
True.
So, I mean, some people are like, well, what did she say that was wrong? And other people are like, you are so like out of touch with reality.
Like the message is not the messenger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That's not fair though.
To Kim?
Kind of. I mean, I always talk about, I use this jokingly, but I'm also serious that I really respect what she's been able to build off a sex tape. Something that should have been embarrassing and shameful. She turned to hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Whether it was her mom, whatever, from all the seasons of the show, to all the businesses, to the apps, to whatever it is, the modeling. Kim be everywhere.
She does.
So Kim be working. You know?
Like Kim or her mom? Like her mom was like, we're going to figure out how to swing this around.
That's fine. Either way, I see Kim out. She failed her bar exam. She was trying to do, probably because she didn't study hard enough, right? Because she's doing 1,000 things. But she was going down a great path of social reform. You know, I wish she would have just kept down that path of fully going in like social reform.
That's why she was going into law, though.
She was, but now here's the circus again.
Yeah.
Like she was going to get more. Like there's a side of it who's like, she's just doing this for press. I'm like, hey, great. As long as you're getting black people off who've been innocent, I don't give a shit what you're doing it for.
Somebody was like, well, they're just trying to, her getting black people off is just so that they could continue to appropriate our culture and take our men.
Hey, you know what? You earn some of that. You get some niggas out of jail, you get some culture.
Oh, shoot.
Fair exchange.
Oh, no.
For every guy you get off who didn't serve, who served 10 years of jail time, you get an N-word pass.
That's how that works?
It's the least you can give. Can I say nigga now? Yeah. You save some black lives.
That's what she's working really hard to get. Like, I'm going to save... Get these people out of jail.
And I can say whatever I want to say. Yeah. No, I just wish that she would have stayed there. She would have had a lot more respect amongst the black community for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her enough to go, like, are she popular amongst white people? She is, right?
Yeah.
Like she's crossing platform or like platform races. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Do black people watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have no idea her audience.
Yeah, I think...
Except for black dudes. And Pete Davidson, that's the first white guy. That's probably why Kanye's really mad.
Just because he left.
He was the first time he went back. It's because of Kanye.
Well, in one of the responses to her statement, somebody posted the quote, "If wealth was the inevitable result of hard work and enterprise, every woman in Africa would be a millionaire." True that.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of different things to be wealthy. Right.
It does, yeah.
Like just working hard definitely doesn't give you wealth.
Right.
That we know.
Because there's not necessarily like that equity that allows us to start off from the same place.
No.
Yeah. But like I do see Kim's hard work. I do see her putting in. Mm-hmm. I won't take away from another woman. Like she's doing what, she set out to do. Did she have, I think what would be amazing if she recognized her privilege. Say, yeah, I was very fortunate to start off from this part to help me get here. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, a lot of people feel like when you acknowledge your privilege, is that also taken away from
your hard work.
Because there was that time where, was it Kylie? I don't know the difference in those kids. But she's a billionaire, and they kept calling her self-made billionaire. And it's like, that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, the head start there, huh, buddy? Self-made is from zero.
Yeah.
Right? The way Deion's eating, hilarious. I looked over, Deion had a whole spending. Yeah, like we'd be self-billion. I started with $0.
I started with negative. Let's start with this debt first. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks, college.
You're right. And then to build yourself out.
Right, to build yourself out. So now I'm at zero, and then
yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's a great point. It's like Trump Jr. being like self-made billionaire. Like, yeah. Okay.
Or how Trump was like, my dad gave me $1 million loan. What world? I wish my parents would.
My parents gonna give me $1,000 loan.
Okay.
Mom, you got $100? Who do you think this is?
Just be like, my parents be like, if we had it, you'd have it.
If we had it, you'd have it.
Right.
So you guys ain't got it. No, son. But hard work. Get up and do the work.
Spicy said, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
Hey, I respect the hell out that family for spinning a sex tape. Paris Hilton did a sex tape. We never heard from her again. Yeah. Then her dog died, and she had to rebuild her whole self-esteem, her image. What's the Richie kid?
Richie Nicole.
Where is she at? She alive? Did she eat something? She was
a fashion line or something.
Is it for skeletons? Because she stopped eating. I'm sorry. Who else had a sex? Lawrence Fishburne's daughter had the worst sex tape debut.
She really tried to spin that too.
All time.
She really tried to spin that. But no, that family did.
Pamela Anderson's probably the only other sex tape person who did well. And she was already popular.
I forgot that Kim supposedly stole like $100,000 in racked up $100,000 in credit card charges on Brandy's credit card.
On Brandy's?
Yeah.
Is that how they met?
Well, they used to be friends. Well, you remember, I think they used to be friends, or was that around the time of Ray J? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know the family history like that.
I don't know what she did before the sex tape.
She was like an organizer. Like she did a closet organizer.
Oh, okay.
Which is people pay nicely to do stuff like that.
No, I just remember I saw it in one magazine, and I said, who is that? And it was like Paris Hilton's best friend. I said, fuck Paris Hilton. Who is this? And then Kim blew up.
Yeah.
Off a lame sex tape. Like, come on.
Man.
That's great.
And I have to say this because I feel like a lot of times people of color will let like one negative event be the thing that keep us down. Like, I don't deserve those accolades because I did this. I'll never be great. Like, but I feel like Kim was like,
They said, Lean, how many more sex tapes do I need to have?
I put my whole family on.
Her entire family. She got her little sisters. Like.
Everybody is set. Even Rob and his back and forthness. I just know he used to date Black China, and he looked a mess to me.
I only like the oldest Kardashian.
Courtney. Because she has sense. She has sense.
Well, I just thought she was the cutest one of them all.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't really know her.
A little bit more shallow, okay.
Is she more the reason?
Your reason is definitely.
I was like, that's a fine one. Why y'all following the other ones around? And then I always felt bad for Khloe.
I feel so bad for Khloe.
Every time Khloe came around, it was just like, oh, no. They treated her so bad. Here comes the troll. They treated her awful. To the point she got a whole new face and body.
She looks completely different, but the plastic surgeon did an amazing job.
She looked like she went to a magazine, picked a random. That's what I want to look like. This person. Okay, all right, we'll get you this face.
But there was a situation where she definitely there was a picture of her that she didn't like, and she had people clean the internet to pull that picture. And she's like, if you grew up under cameras and the scrutiny that I did, then you will understand how important it is for me to control my own image. I
feel her. I really felt bad for her, man. Yeah. She caught it the worst.
Khloe is OJ's daughter. I agree, Candace. I don't know where that rumor started, how it started, but I agree.
People were like, look at her chin. It looks just like OJ.
She got that OJ chin. That chin look a little.
Did you see how her hands went viral? Those are definitely killer hands. I said, oh yeah, her and OJ both did it. They definitely.
Where are the gloves?
they fit her hand for damn sure. That was a father-son tag team murder.
Oh my God, I hate you.
A father-daughter. I seen killer hands.
Oh, hilarious. Man, I feel like that filled our whole hour.
What else you got? You got more. Come on.
I always got more.
Let's do something else.
You told somebody that you'd be back at 4.
I say a lot of things. I tell them 5-ish for a reason. I lie all the time. It's just my family.
Oh, so you just put the ish at the end.
I'll put the ish out of everything, and then I'm never tied down. Watch, the wife says, are you almost done? Yeah, watch, see? That don't mean anything. What does almost done mean?
Okay, so my final thoughts, final question.
Okay.
Jussie Smollett. You saw he was sentenced to 150 days in jail.
Okay.
Did you see his reaction?
I didn't.
So it was a whole thing. So basically, as he was being sentenced, he listened. Then he got up to say his words, and he was like, "I am innocent. Mm-hmm. I will fight this. I am innocent. I respect you, Judge. I am innocent, but I'm not suicidal." And he went out like it was a scene in the movie with his hands, they're putting him in the I'm innocent, I'm not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I don't know what that means to this day. But now his family is just like, like he's innocent and you don't, or like even if you don't believe he's innocent, you can agree he doesn't belong in jail. Like,
okay.
I don't understand.
Is he saying he's not suicidal because if he gets murdered in there, he like...
But where did that come from? Like, is that a real threat? Does he think that somebody say, "I'm gonna kill you"?
Look, man, knowing Jesse's track record, he'd fake his own suicide and be like, "See, hey, man, nobody else was in here with you. You said tried to get me. Jesse, you've been by yourself for 150 days. They came in here like you can't believe them anymore."
Let's see if I can play this.
Yeah, like you can't believe them anymore.
Oh, I forgot we were live on my thing. I was like, Jesse said that too? Let's see.
Like, you just can't take Jesse's. If he comes up with black eyes, you'll be like, "Sure, buddy. Okay."
Okay, yeah.
Okay? I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years, and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you, and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal. Okay.
Okay.
That okay is hilarious. Okay. Yeah, so he says, if something happens to me while I'm in there, I did not do this to myself. I was like, yes, you did. This is why you're in there in the first place. Jesse?
This is your MO. We don't.
This is what you heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like that growing up and you had, what's his sister's name? Journey?
Yeah.
And Jane's like, oh, there he goes, hurting himself again.
Stop it, Jesse.
Stop Jesse. No, really, a bear attacked me. Look at my leg. Ow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I do, like there were some people who are like, he's going to jail, but Kyle Rittenhouse got off. Like there's certain cases that this just shows you that our country doesn't charge people equally.
That goes without. There's 1,000 cases. We can show the difference of those. There's 1,000 cases of that. I can't even put those things in the same category anymore because you can say that about anybody. Right. Like damn near anybody in jail who's like, black people are known to get more trumped up charges. You can go in for not having a valid driver's license, come out with the possession to distribute across the country. Like, how do you guys turn me into a kingpin? We found a gram of marijuana in a 10-yard radius of you, and then we get trumped up charges anyways.
Yeah, like those people for January 6th. Those
Shit, he's getting more time than some of them cats. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
So it's like I can agree that he might not should be in jail, but you also black. We know
you're black, you're gay. Like those
you got all these strikes against
those are
you.
two things that are already bias on top of bias. For the most part, I don't know how popular he is as a celebrity, but you're a celebrity, high profile actor. So the show was killing, right? Yeah. And I wonder if they just took it personally. I just wonder if that whole police department or the whole city felt embarrassed or...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because it's not even wasting police resources because Karens do it all the time. It's more so just like...
What was the plan? These two guys who he trained with, right?
Uh-huh. One is the trainer, one is the trainer's brother.
And then, so they were under pressure by the police. And they said it was Jesse's plan the whole time?
Yeah.
And then they figure out evidence that it was Jesse's plan.
He set it up, yeah.
And then...
But, like, how did they...
Like did they like when he went to go report it? Did he not think there was going to be a investigation?
Right? Did he not be like, oh, there's cameras around? They see that
because they wanted the cameras.
But it's like, yeah, but they went to rehearse as well. Didn't they go to the same spot to rehearse?
Oh, I don't know. I just didn't know what the end game was. It's like, okay, you get all this attention, you get the sympathy because he did. Yeah. Everybody came to his aid, and it was a big move. It could have been really good for LGBTQ. Could have been really good for black people in general, black gay people, but yet.
The end game, was it to be like, put me back on Empire? Like, was he off Empire?
I think it was like maybe on a hiatus. Was it something like his contract being up? But like, what was?
I don't know.
When you went to the police and you knew they were going to investigate a hate crime.
Yeah.
Were the two guys supposed to go leave the country?
Right. Like, we're just
they missed their flight. like what?
You know what? We'll go to jail for you, Jesse. Sounds like a great idea.
Like, hell no. And they were brothers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's take it together. You got to pit people against each other.
Yeah. You ain't pay me enough.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never knew what the plan was. Like, what are we trying to accomplish? He did not.
He thought he was like, I seen this.
That's great.
I seen this one time on
I seen
TV.
this in a movie. Starring me that I haven't written yet, but it's a great movie.
It's going to work out great.
He was probably thinking that he'd do this to make a movie about it. He starred himself, and he'd be.
I mean, he can still star as himself. Like he's only doing 150 days,
and that's nothing. 150 days, he ain't gonna do all that time.
Yeah,
that's nothing.
Good behavior, you can get out.
150 days.
Yeah, that's easy.
Come on, fam.
Nah, I would never do it. Like you won't ever find me there.
No,
but if Martha Stewart could do it.
Martha Stewart had a nice federal prison. She was chilling. You gotta do a federal crime. You know?
Isn't the hate crime, is that state?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
But he staged his own hate crime.
But I don't even think.
What?
Yeah. And I think they said 5 charges of disorderly conduct.
5?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know how they do these charges.
I feel bad for Journey. Her career is blowing up. She was doing Black Canary.
Yeah.
She did. What's the show on HBO?
Not Underground. Jesus. She was on Underground.
Oh, but that. And she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then she was doing Lovecraft Country. Yeah. She was killing. All meanwhile, her brother's fucking up.
And then they have a large family. I imagine like you just looking at them like, why are you?
What? Come on, man.
What about mom and dad? But they sticking by him. Like,
you have to. What are you supposed to do?
See, my sister, she tells me I'm not loyal.
I'd be there and be like, well, we stand by, brother. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, you dummy. What are you doing?
I'm not posting, though. I'm not going to be like, my brother's innocent.
Hell no.
I'm not doing that.
If I had to do an interview somewhere and somebody's like, I'm trying to get some job. I'm like, what about this with your brother? Like, look, guys, he did that. Yeah. This off record? He did that, man.
For sure.
What's up with this role? What your people saying to you? I know you're trying. What's the most what?
That's almost 4 months. That ain't nothing.
Saying cat's free.
How great would it be if Jesse and R. Kelly hook up in jail and create a fire song or two? Candace.
Hey, my wife had Jesse's album, and it was actually fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I didn't know who it was. Okay. And she kept saying, Jesse.
Yeah.
And I was like, who? She's like, from hip hop, but I have no idea who he is. And I was like, they know he was gay, right? He wasn't singing like, hey, nigga, I wanna beat that. He wasn't singing none of that. So I had no idea. So it was just, she went and saw him live a couple times.
I didn't even know he had an album, so you told me something.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually, I'm like, hey, this dude got some.
I know he could sing.
Yeah.
I didn't know he committed to a full album.
Yeah.
Did those brothers do any time? I don't think the brothers got any time. But don't take my word. I didn't look that up. I just made that up.
Man, that's crazy. What else he talking about?
Martha Stewart did White Collar Crime.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one I want to do.
You want to do White Collar Crime?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You didn't say you want to get caught though, so we're good.
I don't mind getting caught in a federal. When I seen those federal, have you seen those? I
haven't seen them.
The rich people, then had to be a different one for poor people.
So
them cats got tennis courts and shit.
Is it because they pay more taxes that they get? No, they don't pay taxes.
That's right. You're paying for their comfort. Yes. Ain't that great?
Oh my God.
I got to get in this system, bro. All I've been looking at is taxes, avoiding taxes, making a lot of money and paying no taxes. What I've been researching the last 2 years. I'm like, how do I make a bunch of money?
Just a bunch
and pay none of it to the government?
Do you ever see those things like the super woke things? It's like the way you become, like you could become your own entity, like your own sovereign country and get rid of your social security number. It's like some...
What?
one of my sisters sent it to me. It was like, it's something like you can declare yourself a Moor, and
that's how people get deported, man.
It was like, so then you don't need your own Social Security, and then you become like your own country and you're a sovereign individual. Then you don't have to pay taxes. I was like, what is this mess?
What?
I had to send, girl, please don't listen to this.
You are gonna wind up in Botswana somewhere.
Right. Botswana's too nice.
Where's Botswana?
Africa.
It's my first one I go. I have no idea where it's at.
It's nice. I've actually been.
Yeah. Is it like a vacation spot?
No, it's like landlocked. It's just like really nice and clean.
Okay. Botswana, it is.
I think they give all their citizens like a piece of land.
What?
And you have like 2 years to build it up.
Then what happens? They take it from you?
They take it from you if you don't build on it.
You ain't doing shit with this. You just playing. Give me that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Can I go there and like as an American go there and get some land?
I think you can go and buy land. They're not going to give it to you.
Come on, man.
You have to be a Botswanian.
What if I show proof that I was taken from there?
If you were taken, then I think you might have a case.
Ooh.
But how do you show?
23andMe.
But how do you show that your family just didn't choose to voluntarily
become slaves? We'll go.
There's a free ride?
Take us. I mean, how hot would you be if you found out your family chose?
I hate it here anyway.
Or if your family had a chance to be free and they were like, no, we're going to stay with you, master. I'm like, no, I didn't get the coons.
Oh my God.
Is that in my blood? No.
I'd be so upset.
You come from a long line of coons.
Oh. The very first coon.
It's great. No, his name, I'm named after him? No.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh.
It depends. Is it spelled C-O-O-N? I've seen coon K-U-H-N in like football.
K-U-H-N?
Is mine spelled C-O-O-N?
Yeah.
Chaz Coon. And then what would your emoji be? Just a black face? D-A-C-O-O-N. Da Coon? Chaz Da Coon.
Oh my gosh. You're like, how did we get this last name?
Cause like last names usually come around from either your father's first name, or what you guys did, right. So if my father, if my ancestor was a coon, you talking about Darius the Coon, right?
Jesus.
And then the coon just went down all the way through the years. I'm like, hey, nobody wanted to change
ever. No, nobody ever.
What, the coons? No, we come from a proud people. Well, proud people.
What if it's like a powerful name like the Hilton? Do you change it?
No. If my names is all over hotels and I own property as the Coon.
The Coons.
But raccoons came like in the 60s.
Raccoons?
Like the term coons.
Look. If you were the descendant of Disneyland, Disney World, but it was the Coon. Right, and instead of Roger Rabbit, it's Roger the Coon, right? And this is a black face. You're not denying that wealth.
Yeah, we are the Coons.
We're this is the Coons. This is my family, the Coons, and this is Yomana the Coon, married in. This is Izzy the Coon. And I'm Chaz the Coon. Like
was there ever a discussion, like a board meeting, like should we change?
Should we change the name? It's kind of catchy.
Because we're gonna get canceled.
Because Dion, your family changed your last name, right?
Changed it to Lacking.
Yeah, changed it to Lacking.
But you finally admitted that though, because what I said, your last name should be like La King. I've been trying.
He could have picked anything.
No, because she was using Lacking, but she was like, I should use a La King.
La King. Oh, that's kind of dope.
You could have that was like you chose to be Dion Lack. You could be like Dion King.
Yeah, you could have branded that any way you wanted to. You chose the Lack. Yeah. I mean, Lack works. You could have definitely been King.
I feel like I'll be a disgrace to the family.
For being King?
They know.
I know. I use a different part of it. I use the nice part of it.
Dad, I'm proud of our family. I just changed this one part.
Lacking is just like, yeah, he's pretty lazy. He's always lacking. But you told me the origin of it.
Oh my gosh.
I've
Put
always
an
wanted to
accent over it, make it fancy. Yes.
Dakun?
Yeah.
My name is Deku. You just don't pronounce the N. Deku. It's French. Deku.
Oh man, that's that Creole.
There you go. My name is Chaz Deku. Oh, that sounds. Where you from? Louisiana. I'm French. What is it? The French and French Canadian.
Yeah, I was in.
If it was white, yeah, definitely kept.
Oh, for sure.
Cool? Oh yeah.
I was in Mississippi somewhere, and it was this place. It was a sign. It was like Coons Landing, and I was like, I don't know how to take this at all. Like I was like, what is the origin? I guess
this is where I go.
Who is this for?
In Haiti, niggas is a thing. Negus, right?
Right.
It means like royalty.
It's like African. It's like supposed to be Negus was royalty. Negus.
Oh man, hilarious.
What if your name was Negus? Would you embrace that and have everybody call you Negus?
Nagu.
Would you walk around Dion Negus? First off, it sounds like there's a lot of you.
Nigga.
Who you with? I'm with the niggas.
You can't even go with nigga.
Nah, niggas. No, there's many of us, the niggas. Like, it's got to be somewhere, right? Yeah. Yeah, just me and the niggas.
No. I'd have.
And really then some white dude was like, niggers. Wait, how'd you get? No, niggas. Niggers? Niggas. What are we saying differently? I feel like I'm saying what you're saying, buddy.
I'm saying it right. You're saying it right. I know what they go.
Oh gosh, y'all.
That's funny.
On that note, I have to wrap up.
Yeah.
Dion Negus and
Chaz DeCoon. Twilla's like, nope, just keeping my name.
Yeah, proudly African last name. This is what happens.
What's your last name?
Tanyi.
Tanyi? Mm-hmm. Tanyi. Mm-hmm. Like T-A. I always thought it was like...
Now, if you go to Cameroon, this one person was like, it's Tanyi.
Tanyi.
And I'm like, well, my dad says Tanyi, so...
my daddy said...
My dad said. That's what they say. He's American.
Your dad was born here? Mm-mm. Oh. Well, how was he Americanized?
He's been here, how old am I?
When you said...
He's been here like 40-something years.
Well, but your dad had his name Cameroonian a long time, right?
Right. So the thing is, people call me Roderick.
Right.
And some people call me Roderick.
Roderick.
Uh-huh. My mom said it's Roderick.
Roderick. No G.
If your mama calls you Roderick, I'm calling you Roderick too.
No G.
People just say Roderick.
Right.
So after a while, I was like,
Roderick.
So everybody could call me Tanyi like that.
Yeah, and just take it.
Yeah, that's what it is. You just forget your own self? Shit.
Shit, whatever it is. Yeah. I had this conversation with my sibs last night. I was like, because I heard my brother say, like, Twilla. And I was like, wait, how do you say my name? Twilla. And I was like, ask my sister. She says, Twilla. And I'm like, yes, it's Twilla. But everybody says Twilla.
Wait, say you got to say it.
Twilla. Twilla. But most people would just say Twilla.
Wait. I need you to say it slowly.
Twilla.
Versus
Twilla.
You say the same thing.
Twilla.
Twill.
There's a little
Twilla.
Versus Twilla.
Twilla.
Do you hear the difference?
Twilla versus Twilla. Is that right?
Twilla.
I think it's the la. Twilla versus Twilla. Twilla.
So you're stopping on the TW, then the other one's stopping on the L.
The other one, Twilla. Twilla. Yeah.
We were both looking at the Twi. We're like, the Twi sounds the same. We were both like,
but most people just say Twilla.
Twilla. Yeah. Twilla.
You remember
Twilla. Willow. Yeah.
I was like, I'm start calling you Twilla because everybody call her Twills. I'm calling you Twillo. She's like, what is Twillo? Well, you never heard Twillo? You still haven't heard Twillo. Willow, have you?
The movie?
Yeah. I don't even know what the movie's about. I just know it's a little person that was navigating his life.
Yeah, how did Denzel, he said it was, how did Denzel say to pronounce his name?
Denzel
in distress.
Denzel's not nearly as cool as Denzel.
At all.
Denzel? He was like, hey, what's your name? Denzel. Yeah. He became the sex symbol. Denzel's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that first show he was on, we didn't really know him because it was Denzel.
Denzel.
But it changed his career.
Love it.
Oh my gosh.
People, dogs are named after the fake version of his name.
Denzel.
As in, people are calling their dogs or husbands or boyfriends Denzel.
Uh huh.
That's not how you say my name.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, so I'm named after my grandmother.
Okay.
And when she passed, they were like cleaning out like all her documents. They found like her student ID.
Uh huh.
And it said Twillard.
Twillard.
I said, that has to be a typo. That is not correct.
Twillard?
Twillard.
Ew.
Right? I was like, no, Grandma, this can't be.
No. Twillard?
Twillard.
Oh, thank God somebody said Twilla.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Jasmine? I don't know. She said she saw it on a cologne bottle in Chaz, and she said she liked the name. Now, there was like a Chaz brand of watches at some point that I thought about buying, but it was $400. I was like, I'm not doing that.
I don't need this.
That's all. That's it. I don't have a real. I found Rogers is some boring English name.
Well,
Yeah. My name's not exciting.
it's all good.
Yeah. Twillard is great, though.
Twiller.
Like, I would never know Will's name is Willard.
Yeah.
He's Willard Smith.
Yeah.
Blah.
And I'm wondering if my grandmother was named after my great grandfather, whose name was also, well, they called him Willie, but was that Willard? We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We don't
Put
know.
that T on him and Twillard.
But, huh?
Who named your grandma?
I don't know. Her parents?
I like that you can go so far back. My family, we don't know back past my grandparents. As far as I know. I don't know nobody else. There's like adoption and divorce and
got it. Yeah.
There's like there's a long. I'd have to go do some serious research to find out who's who on both sides. I don't know nobody.
I know my grandmother's family pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I grew up around, like my maternal grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my dad's family, like I'm in contact with, we're all there, so I can get like a long history based off our last name and stuff like that. But like my maternal grandfather,
no,
I can't go. I don't know past him.
Yeah, it's different in the black community side.
Yeah,
like, hey man, they didn't keep great records and shit. My mom was born Negro. That's like that's as far as we go.
There's a chance that 4 generations down, you're forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta make an impact now.
I won't be. But my father, nah.
That's terrifying. Like after my mom, I don't know anything about my grandpa.
Yeah. I got to be the one like this is all just because of Chaz. We have all this, and his dad.
There's also the internet, so we're good.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, we're safe. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate it. I had a great time.
You know what? I like this so much more than the other guy that used to be on this.
Roderick LaKing.
But thank you all so much for tuning in. Another episode of Random Ass Convos with Twilla. ... This week is Chaz.
Hey, thank you.
See you next time.